Hello, welcome to Belgrade TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. How the military entered Benin politics. Benin, officially called the Republic of Benin and formerly known as Dahomey, is a West African country bordered by Togo to the west, Nigeria to the east, Burkina Faso to the northwest, and Niger to the northeast. Benin has experienced political instabilities leading to military intervention through 2 successful coups and 3 failed attempts from 1963 to 1988. The 1963 and 1972 Dahomeyan coup d'etats were successful, while the 1977 and 1988 attempts failed. Christophe Soglo staged this coup on the 28th of October 1963 and as a result overthrew Hubert Maga, whose presidency encountered tough challenges due to extreme economic crisis, among other challenges in Dahomey. The troubles in Dahomey were mostly as a result of the colonial rule. The French paid little attention to the country, which was at the time called West African Colony of French Dahomey. Dahomey had one of the weakest economies among the French West Africa colonies. After Dahomey's independence on the 1st of August 1960, Hubert Maga was made the country's first president. At that time, there was a serious economic recession in Dahomey. The country had huge debts, suffered gross unemployment, and had frequent political conflicts. Maga tried all he could to resolve the ugly situation, but despite his effort, Dahomey still had one of the weakest economies in Africa. In a bid to tackle Dahomey's economic crisis, political parties together with regional leadership began to spring up. Soro Megan Apathy and Justin Ahomadegbe Tometin were key players in the regional leadership. Apathy represented the southeast region, while Justin Ahomadegbe represented the southwest region. Maga got closer to the northern tribes. Unfortunately, all 3 leaders could barely work together because of leadership conflict. Also, Maga's selfish attempt to make Dahomey operate a one-party system failed. Still in an attempt to dominate Dahomey's governance, Maga restricted the press and gradually achieved silencing Ahomadegbe Tometin. Such acts continued with more dictatorship. His cup got full when he tried to silence Apathy, who was then his vice president. Unlike Ahomadegbe Tometin, Apathy took successful measures against Maga, which eventually resulted into more conflicts. There were a series of riots mobilized by Apathy, and on the 28th of October 1963, Christophe Soglo, chief of staff of the 80-man Dahomeyan army, took control of Dahomey to prevent a civil war, as the country was on the verge of war. He went further to dismiss the cabinet, dissolve the assembly, suspend the constitution, and ban any form of demonstrations. Fully determined to take total control of Dahomey, Soglo made Maga resign, gave him, Apathy, and Ahomadegbe the powers of the Ministry of State. To date, there's a statue in southern Dahomey created to honor that day, 28th of October 1963, as it marks the first military intervention in present-day Benin. Matthew Kereko, a Beninese military and political leader, staged the second coup d'etat on 26th of October 1972, taking control of the Republic of Dahomey and ending a system of government that existed as a result of the 1970 presidential election that gave members of the Presidential Council, Hubert Maga, Justin Ahomadegbe Tometin, and Apathy, power to rotate among themselves. Soldiers of the Ouidah garrison launched this coup during a Presidential Council meeting between Maga and Ahomadegbe Tometin. Kereko led the first armed battalion of soldiers to break into the meeting, and there he declared the end of the Presidential Council. He also named himself the new head of state and appointed military ministers in the various offices. He didn't stop at that. He also imprisoned members of the dissolved Presidential Council. In 1974, 2 years after the coup, Kereko declared a one-party Marxist-Leninist state and renamed the country the People's Republic of Benin in 1975. He ruled with an iron fist for almost 2 decades. In 1991, he stepped down peacefully in favor of a democratically elected president. Later in 1996, he won the presidential election back to the office. There were 3 failed coup attempts in Benin, one in 1977 and 2 in 1988. Some French-led mercenaries staged the 1977 coup d'etat attempt, also called Operation Crevette or Operation Shrimp. Their plan was to overthrow the government led by Matthew Kereko. At that time, the People's Revolutionary Party of Benin, PRPB, founded by General Matthew Kereko in 1975, was the only recognized political party in the country. The failed coup took place on the 17th of January 1977, when there was an invasion of Cotonou Government House. Bob Denard led this failed coup, which was allegedly sponsored by some French allies such as Togo, Ivory Coast, Gabon, and Morocco. There were 2 other failed coups in 1988, still against Kereko's administration. Did you know Hubert Maga was imprisoned after the 1963 coup on allegations of corrupt practices? Maga, Ahomadigbe Tometin, and Apathy all relocated to Paris after their imprisonment. Maga planned to reduce all wages in Dahomey by 10% in order to improve the economy. What have we missed out of this history? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel.